We're going to welcome you back to the Principals Podcast. Today we have some very special guests. We have kind of our steering committee, not everyone, but a large part of the students that have been working on Baccalaureate. And we do have some actresses here. We have Carly and Marissa, who were on Fox 8 yesterday. That was very good. Mr. Bandera, Mr. Heim, and I were saying it felt like a camera person was in both of your houses because of how crisp and clear your video was in comparison to the Wi-Fi problems that we were having there in Mr. Strife's room. So it's great to have you on today. Today's topic is talking about baccalaureate and also talking a little about senior events. We don't need to go into, hey, how are you? How's it going? Because it's been like literally almost feels like a semester that we've been doing this. So we're not going to go into that because we've been talking and our listeners know pretty much how you've been doing because of your active um, visibility in classrooms and in our meetings together. So first, let's ask across the board. I guess we'll start with Grace and we'll go to Carly, Kaylee, Marissa, Natalie, and we do have Luke Skywalker here again today. What's the overall sense and feeling after yesterday? The three of us collaborated over several weeks. We went zero dark 30 there for about a week in communication, and then voila, we here's our plan. So, Grace, why don't you start with us?
All right. Well, I think the baccalaureate, first of all, is going to be amazing. And Carly, I think, has worked probably the hardest out of everybody, except for maybe you, Mr. Murray, for how much time she's put into the baccalaureate. Without her, I don't think anything would really get done. But it's seeming to be really positive. We watched some of the videos, and people were really excited, especially the Chardon Choir was super excited to bring out singing videos, some guitar, and whoever's listening, you guys will see who's doing everything when you actually watch the baccalaureate. But it's really positive right now, so that makes me really happy.
Hey, Carly, what about you? Anything where like your response, your family's response to the senior events, or even baccalaureate?
Yeah. Well, me and my whole family, we're just super excited about the drive-through graduation. We're really looking forward to that, and just that we actually will get to walk across a stage. Because I know I had seen a couple TikToks where it was like, oh, this is going to be virtual graduation, and it was just like it was just like pixel people like going across the screen. But we have so much more than that, so we're super excited about that. And also for the drive-in as well. I think that will be super exciting, and fireworks and all that. And baccalaureate's coming together. It's probably going to be about an hour long, we're thinking right now. And yeah, that'll be out in a couple weeks. So we're super excited about that too.
Kaylee?
There we go. I would just say, like, basically what Carly said too. We're super appreciative of everything that's happening. And I was talking to my grandparents about like what day we'd be able to like celebrate together for my graduation. And I was telling her all the dates, and she was writing them down. And I'm like, well, let's just choose one day because we're not going to celebrate, like 4 days. But that just shows like how much like time and energy you guys are putting into it. That we basically have 4 different celebrations of graduation, and just even though that this isn't necessarily what we thought was going to happen, I think it really is turning out for the better because I'm super excited to see what this looks like, and yeah, it's just exciting.
Go ahead, Marissa.
So we are all very grateful because when this all first came out, we were just expecting, like Carly said, a virtual graduation. The fact that we'll be able to get to walk is so exciting, and I never thought that that would happen. And also about baccalaureate, I just wanted to thank all the people who have been so cooperative with us because at first we were like, oh, you'll have about 2 weeks to get us your videos, and that turned into about 2 days. So I'm super grateful that they were still able to work with us and get it done, and it's still going to be here.
Natalie, what about you? Your family, Luke Skywalker, all those towards our senior events and even baccalaureate that you've been actively involved in the meetings.
Yeah, so I think I kind of want to echo what everybody else said, that we're just like so appreciative of the class officers and the administration and everyone that's like working together to make all these events happen. And even like last night for Mamma Mia, we met and we read through like our senior letters, and it took 3 hours, but it's like it's so nice that they're just trying to preserve as much as possible and not just eliminating things. And I've been meeting people from like different states and stuff for like the college I'm going to, just meeting other students that'll be in my class. And so many people aren't doing anything. Like one school, the student said that they literally had to make a Google slide with their name, their senior photo, and their college, and they were going to put all the Google slides together and send it out for graduation. And this is just so much more than that. Like we're going to get to wear our cap and gown like 6 times, and there's so many different fun events that are planned. So I'm very appreciative that it's not just like an all or nothing thing.
Talk to us real quickly, and I know Mr. Bandera is going to say something, but I was on Mr. Strife's email strand about the Mamma Mia senior letters. 3 hours. Was that a really? It's always emotional, but was it a different type of emotional because you couldn't literally be next to that person and hug them?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of crazy. Because yeah, like usually you would like hug somebody afterwards. So every once in a while somebody would send a comment after a video and say like, "Oh, that was so touching." But it was really odd too to read your letter and not be able to like see anybody's reaction too. Like you're just reading and you're like talking about all these things, but you can't really see how it like affects other people or if other people are sharing your sentiments, which was odd. But then there was just a whole nother level of like I guess gratefulness and people just being happy that at least for the time we had. But it was kind of a bigger goodbye too because it's so close to graduation. Usually this happens in March when we still have like 2 months left. So it was definitely different, still emotional, but like you said, like a different kind of emotion.
Yeah, and I'd also like to add to that, like Natalie and I, we were like texting, we texted a little bit back and forth, like when Kenny Leach gave his, when he read his letter, we were like, oh my God, that's so, it was just, it was emotional. And then at the end, Lisa Marie, the director of everything, she was sobbing. So then that got me. So the end was the worst and the best part.
Mhm.
It was just really, it was a really nice thing to have. So yeah.
I missed the ending. I had to go eat a birthday cake, but I cried twice in the hour that I was on in the beginning. So everyone did a good job, I think.
Yeah, the end was definitely emotional because then Lisa Marie was crying, and then all like the teachers came on and they were all crying, and I could see some people's video cameras and they were crying. So then everyone was just sobbing at the end. And usually when we finish senior letters, it's before the show, and so then you have to go off and do a show. So you kind of like collect yourself quickly, and then you're still all together for that day and the cast party and everything. But this was just like an indefinite ending, so it was really weird to just leave it and still be in my bedroom and like just with like my family. Very unusual.
Did Mr. Brown cry? Does anyone know?
Mr. Brown always
He was,
cries.
he was muted the whole time. I don't know. I told a math pun for him, but he was muted. So I don't know.
Mr. Heim, thoughts on math?
Great question.
Not
Oh, he froze.
Perfect
Sounds
fitting.
about right. No thoughts. So, have you guys had any autographs today? Like those of you guys who were on TV yesterday? I mean, Mr. Murray's been signing autographs all day. It's been his head's just so big right now. Look at it.
Oh yeah, it's so big. I've signed so many. Wow, I have Kaylee Malloy now in
Oh, yeah.
surround sound.
yeah.
That's amazing. She does not
So
have a twin. Go ahead.
If I could piggyback off what Mr. Bandera, first of all, how many of you watched the Fox 8 piece? And if you did, what would you?
And
Leaving
froze.
a cliffhanger there. What would you
What would you like for
do?
dinner?
What would you do for a
And-
Klondike bar?
What would you? I don't know.
We'll come back to him. Because
And Kaylee left us again.
much like math, he's frozen in time. Wow, we have Kaylee back again. Hey, for a moment, but while Mr. Hyam comes back on the stage, maybe Mr. Bandera can text him to drop out and jump back in. Where's Luke Skywalker?
He left. I told him he could stay, but he didn't want to. I think he was like a little intimidated by all the graduation talk. I don't know. I told him to come back, but he's probably busy playing.
What grade is he commencing?
3rd. It's his last year at Munson.
So it's appropriate for him to talk his graduation.
I know. Yeah. I'll see if I can get him back.
So
public service announcement for everyone real quick, and whoever listens to this, if you have not taken your cap and gown out of the package yet, do so. Otherwise, it has the nice square, like, iron marks into it. So hopefully, to all your senior classmates, take the cap and gown out now.
Yeah, and we also communicated this, and this was put on in Mr. Bandera's segment. Many of you are taking AP tests. We want to make sure our listeners understand that, especially our seniors, senior specific, that they can continue to keep their Chromebook through the duration of their AP tests, and then we will come up with a specific time for them to drop it off after their last AP test date. We still have to get kids to come in to clean their lockers, so we have plenty of time to organize that. But we'll give you that information once we get it, because we have a plan. We just need the Department of Health to say yes or no.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Hyam has a really great question, he said, but he's trying to get logged back in. So hopefully he'll join us here shortly. So we have to wait for him. Sorry.
In the interim, whoa, there's Luke. Hey, Luke, we have a question for you.
Yeah?
What is 3rd grade graduation going to feel like for you?
So Kelly Mish, she did a Google form, and so my guardian or parent had to fill it out. So she would like make a movie.
Oh, cool.
Like a spotlight.
Are you going to miss Munson?
Yeah.
Munson's a cool place. But the middle school will be fun too. You know, you'll feel like you're at home, and guess what? You're going to be closer to these 3 guys here. And I'm sure whenever we see you, we're going to say hello, because once you get up to the high school, we're going to make you one of our assistants. You're going to be a principal assistant. You might be Mrs. Lacoste's assistant. We need some male leadership, and you got it. Mm-hmm. You in for it?
Yeah.
All right.
And even though Mr. Murray looks mean, he's not that mean.
I do look like I'm in the military, but I am a teddy bear. Mr. Hyam is back. Did you have a question?
I had a great question. I was talking, everyone's shaking their head, acting like they heard me, but I guess you didn't. So my question is 2 parts. One, did you watch the Fox 8 piece about Chardon High School graduation? And if you did, what do you think of the 3 silly guys who were walking around waving their arms and acting like we were directing traffic? And I mean, how silly did that look, or what?
I did watch it. Well, actually, I watched it. Okay, since this Mamma Mia thing went till 10, I still had to do physics after that. So I was sitting in my room, but my dad sent me the link. So I watched it online, and I thought it was great. I mean, it shows what's actually going on. It is what it is. This is the situation. So I thought that was a nice aspect of it, actually.
Which is, you're stuck with 3 silly administrators. Is that what you're stuck with? What we're demonstrating?
Yeah. No.
The guy, first of all, Melissa Reed is awesome. She cares so much about Chardon, so that needs to be stated. But her camera guy, his name was Cy, and he came from Stowe, Ohio, like an hour away, to record 5 minutes of my chicken legs, because I was wearing shorts, and us wearing random masks that we had. And he's like, just point like where you're going to do this stuff. We're like, that's what you're shooting? Okay. So we walked him through the student parking lot and everywhere else. And, go ahead, Mr. Bandera.
We really had to stretch to make the most out of his hour, 2.5 hours of driving he was going to do yesterday. So we were stretching to make it work.
I was just talking to him about how he's going to edit all this stuff, virtually, and he gave me some pointers for our senior awards. So he's a nice guy. So we're going to give mad props out to Cy there from Fox 8, along with Melissa Reed. They are truly all stars. Mr. Bandera, do you have any other specific questions regarding any of the topics we discussed today?
No.
No? Mr. Hyam, many of the people on this episode know that your wife had a labrum surgery today. How's she doing?
She's doing well. She's sleeping right now. When I checked in with you guys earlier, I was picking up the pain meds for her. Surgery was about 2 hours, complete tear. They had to reshape her bone and do some other fun things, but they said she'll be up and going sooner than we can, imagine. So we're excited and happy, and keep you guys all in the loop. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, and Grace, do you have a social distanced friend out there that would like to say hello to us?
Of course. Come here. He's doing spray paint art currently, which was his senior project. If you can find his thing, slideshow with his spray paint art, it turned out pretty good. I didn't know he was that good at art, to be honest, and I was surprised.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hi, Nick. You look really tall from that angle.
Uh-huh.
All right.
He's not that tall. He's still shorter than my mom.
Your mom is really tall. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what we need, Grace? There is a relative of yours named Anna Powell that we're going to have to probably get on the show because she is connected to the Indians. And she hooked us up in the past a couple years ago in August, where we were celebrating the lives of two of our awesome students that passed away. But she is an awesome. I taught her years ago. She was a staple over there at the Chardon Pool. And so it would be great to get Anna on the show one day.
Sure, I'll text her. She's up for anything.
Let's give an opportunity for our students here to give some final shout outs before we close today. So we'll start with Natalie. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
I guess I just say all the administrators and teachers, and of course Dave Jevnikar and the people at GTV, and just everyone that's trying to make everything run smoothly and helping us to get a lot of special moments between baccalaureate, graduation, Mamma Mia, choir, senior song, the drive-in, all the different things. So I guess just a shout out to all the people, educators, and beyond that are helping to make that happen.
Natalie, you just scared me. You listed like 30 things.
Yeah. Hey, Marissa, let's give some final shout outs.
Honestly, ditto. She said it better than I could.
I agree. We need to give Dave Jevnikar some serious props and his little sidekick, Brian. They are Batman and Robin to this, and they are going to be putting together not just Chardons, but Cardinals and Berkshires, many other school districts that are in the area. So it's pretty cool. Kaylee.
I would say, of course, the admin. I think you guys are doing a great job. And right now, specifically my AP teachers too, because both you guys and the AP teachers, they're trying to learn stuff. They're trying to figure stuff out and then immediately tell us what's happening so we know what to do. So they're trying to learn and then teach us how to do it too. So I just give a shout out to all of them and you guys, because it's really difficult to figure out what's happening in the first place, but then to give that information to the students is a lot more. So.
Yeah, Mr. Hurlbutt did an awesome job today, really trying to communicate the details of this. And our AP teachers have been asking great questions. Carly.
Yeah, basically just what everyone else already said. Admin, AP teachers, all of our other teachers, just how adaptable they've been and how adaptable they've been and how crazy this has all been. So, yeah.
Thank you. Grace. Any final shout outs?
Mrs. Hetrick, I'd like to give her a shout out. Oh, they're doing landscaping at the house over. Do you hear that? It's really loud. because she's helped me a lot with scholarships, even through her surgery. And I'm really, really bad at technology, and she has been like a blessing for everything. I just email her with all my questions now. So, yeah.
And I'd like to offer a special shout out to all of you guys. I mean, usually our senior class officers, play a big role in commencement, but you guys have been amazingly creative. You're thinking of different things every day. You're thinking of ways to make the best of this. I can't remember a year we've had as many meetings as we've had with you guys for graduation. Usually graduation kind of runs itself, and you guys have definitely taken a new lead on that. So other classes are going to have a big group to look up to. So nice job.
Yeah, I would concur with all that. When I was a student at Chardon High School, we were a village. We were the village of Chardon. And the old adage, it takes a village to raise a child, is very true. And it took a village to create this plan, as my final line in that document, because it really did. There's so many people that we are not saying thank you to that we need to say thank you to. It's almost like the award ceremony for the Oscars, and you have 2 minutes and you're like, I can't get everybody in. So it is truly a blessing to work with you. And we have so much more to look forward to, because now we get to pre-record some parts coming up next week. Think about this. And this is what makes Mr. Haim lose his mind. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Enjoy your meals today. And literally in like 8 days, we're recording. We're pre-recording over the couple days. And then in literally less than 11 days. I mean, there's going to be a stage put up, a tent put up, and there's going to be so many great things. We're going to be there all day long, one by one, commencing you on May 16th. If you told me when we built our schedule for the year that graduation was going to be May 16th and the Alcan, I would have said, what the heck happened in the world? But it is truly unique. And there's a lot of schools out there doing, an opportunity for in-person. But at Chardon, we have limited resources. So it's not like the only stage we have has Mamma Mia set all over it. And we can't even close the curtains. So we have to build a stage, build a set, and it's going to just be so Chardon and so genuine. When I use the word Chardon there, I'm not using it in a way of saying we're, from the sticks. I'm just saying it's just going to be so genuine to what we do. And it is how you began your year. Think about it. We started our year there for Meet the Toppers early in August, and we're going to close the year there on May 16th. So we have a lot to plan. It's great having you on. We will see you in person, obviously 6+ feet away next week as we put this baby together, and we look forward to seeing Baccalaureate, because the three of us have no idea what to expect, but we know it's going to be awesome. And once you have that link ready, not you personally, but once we have that link ready, we will post it not only in that document, but also TV. So girls and Luke, thanks for joining us. You're saluting us, and Nick Becker.
And Nick Becker.
And so
he's always the second wheel.
We will see you very soon. And tell your friends, because most of you need to either give us a quote so that we can get it in the scripts, and or the top 10. You will be back on for a podcast when you salute your teachers here very soon. So take care, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.